I just keep record just in case. But we ain't gonna start until I ain't gonna start. I gotta see how this overtime play out. But we just be randomly talking. Jalen Brown handle is bad. He's handling traffic, I'll say.
This dude Josh Hart is the only person I
Oh
know that
my
will
god.
blatantly foul you and then look at the ref like you called that.
Yeah, Josh Hart, and it's like, bro, I get these people be hyping you up since you've been in New York, but niggas, stay in your place. He be acting like he's like a 9-time All-Star, All NBA 75 superstar.
In the
But
world
he
is
talking
going
real.
the worst start to overtime I ever seen from both teams. What the world going on?
Bro, OG looked like a raptor. Like he looked like a dinosaur.
Nigga, what?
OG looked like a dinosaur, bro.
That boy, that boy Bridges. That boy,
Looking
he sound like he
garbage.
was
I
teammate.
can't stand him, bro. And it look it look
Oh,
like
they gonna
Bridges' shoes too big. It look like his feet. His feet don't look like they feel his shoes.
that was a dumb one. That boy Bridges talking crazy like, bro, did you just see the shot you just took? Oh, I guess he did. Yeah, he got that defensive stop. But still, you talking like you got the end one.
Jalen Brunson small as hell. Jalen Brunson can do this at like he really 6'1". He might be just 6 feet. He just kind of stocky, but that nigga small as hell.
I mean, he's saying by average person, he's gonna look tall. I mean, you gotta remember, NBA got like the tallest, like the average height in the NBA is tall compared to other sports.
Bridges finally hit him some. Now I get what you're saying, but I'm saying by NBA standard, how many teams?
Good Lord, that nigga Brunson is not hitting that floater.
I'm trying. Is Brunson? I'm trying to say how many players that's on legit teams got a player that's that height. Basically, what I'm saying.
As
Who's
they starting point guard, you saying?
as the best
Or
player?
just
He's a top 10 player. How many top 10 players is like 6'2" or under, 6'3" and under?
I mean, right now,
He
I don't
gotta
see
be the
nobody.
only one.
But I ain't like the league ain't never seen it.
But I'm saying this is a different league. The way Cat finally get him a little putback in, and he.
Kyrie was doing it first.
Good Lord, what time are you at on your game?
That's what I'm saying. We be all on different times.
How much time you got left?
131. 131.
Oh shit, boy, I'm 30 seconds ahead of your ass.
Oh.
That's why I'm like, Cat put back. I'm like, what, you just seen that?
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, so you see, so Chris, don't spoil
Nah.
it. This sound like something happened. Cause Ray, where you at?
I'm definitely behind y'all, I think.
Are you behind both of us? Damn.
Let's see, yeah, Brown, just hit the three.
Oh Lord. Okay, yeah, you
That
behind.
was a terrible possession.
So let me see. Oh my goodness. That is the
Carl Anthony Towns is the biggest idiot.
ooh well. Like they
Carl
say. I ain't see it yet. Let me see. Okay, okay. Let me see what's going on. Okay, let's see what's going on. Hold on, Chris. Hold on. I ain't seen it yet. Let me see. I can't believe this nigga did this. No, Ray, you seen it?
He about to.
Oh, because I want to talk.
I don't think he's shooting. I think it's just he's had a take foul.
Nigga, that's just as bad.
No, you only get 2 shot free throws.
In the ball.
No, you just get 2 free throws. It's not like a transition take.
Oh.
He had a foul to give, or maybe
Oh, they
if
had
it ain't,
one to give. I thought he just
even
fouled him
if
on a
they did it though,
3-point
I mean,
shot.
it's just still gonna be 2 free throws.
Shit, I thought they was gonna call a foul on the shot.
Yeah, he took another dribble after he fouled him.
He's still stupid though.
Yeah, that was good defense. He was actually playing pretty solid defense too.
They had 2 over there on him.
I think Towns just didn't want him to have the opportunity of possibly making it.
Man, you got 2 dudes over there. If he make it over 2 niggas, then he deserves to make it.
Especially when he like 6 for 19, 7 for 19.
He wanted to foul from the jump, but his brain, he had a brain for it.
Dude, like 7 for 19 and shit. I think this has been the worst year for announcers I've ever seen in the NBA. This has been the worst announcer year commentators. Richard Jefferson. Oh my god.
They knew that, and they immediately announced a new analyst crew coming next season.
They did for real.
I've been seeing Carmelo gonna be there next year. I done seen they said it's gonna have a new analyst with hey, I know they said Candace Parker. Not during the game though. That's gonna be like for like halftime.
You lying? You for real?
No, you didn't see Carmelo gonna be a commentator next year?
That's good, bro. These dudes is terrible, bro. These commentating teams, these announcers.
Carmelo gonna be slipping up, cussing like he on his regular podcast.
Carmelo not entertaining to me though. I kind of want to hear what he got to say, but he not entertaining.
Sure, he can't be he can't be worse than Chris Webber. That's the worst commentator of all time.
Who?
Chris Webber.
Oh.
You say the most obvious thing that just happened. He's like, you see, guys, he set that screen. It opened up the lane for him to get an easy wide open dunk. I'm like, bro, what? We just saying that. You have to say that.
Nah, Chris Webber was out of there. I don't like Reggie Miller though. He be
too Reggie.
Reggie Miller cool.
Man,
he got way better. I ain't gonna lie. He got way better.
He done got better, but he's one of the best players in our game. And I don't know. It seemed like, I don't know. He too happy. Like, he's not critical at all.
Oh, he gotta be enthused. Like, if he up there saying he's one of the best players in our game, he gonna be like, bro, what the shit this boy doing out there?
No, I'm saying he's too pro player. He don't hardly really call people out. You gotta have a balance.
Take his food.
Like Mark Jackson.
That boy Jaylen Brown just let that boy steal his food.
Oh wow.
That boy Jaylen Brown just let that boy take his food.
Oh wow.
That boy just and you see shit like that, and you don't think I would have let him shoot that bullshit? He just let that man take his chicken.
Let me see.
Who did that, DJ?
Yeah.
Who flushed up on this?
No, don't do that. I said, welcome back to Hoop the Story podcast. We'll put basketball proper perspective. I'm D-Dog Dog, here with White Boy Chris. I'm here with Ray. And we just got through watching the Knicks upset the Celtics come back from 20 point down. And what you were saying, Ray? What? I get it. It was your boy, but he's still stuck. He sucks. So, yeah.
What's on the let's say?
But nah, I told you what I tell you when we was previewing this series a little bit last week. I said you have Mikal Bridges. You said what? Why did I even know I had the volume on?
You should have said get the ball out of Jaylen Brown's hands.
That boy literally took that man's food.
But I told y'all last week. I said this was a good matchup for both teams, especially the Knicks was built to try to beat the Celtics.
You see,
We've
we
been
only
talking
saying
about
that
no,
now. Boss
Chris.
had
You don't
Boss
remember me
had to
saying that?
blow these dudes out. They was up almost 20.
I'm not saying you lying. I just don't remember you saying it. I just don't remember you saying
Oh
it.
my!
I don't remember you saying it.
Oh my goodness! Because I said, bro, because we was talking about like how the Knicks didn't have no
Like,
chance.
man,
I said I was with y'all
that was
when we was
the third
like the Knicks.
game, Now he talking about this is what I said. I said it was gonna be
No, I said you brought in Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby so you could counter Tatum and Brown. We talked about this last week. We was like, no, the Knicks don't have a chance, but literally Mikal Bridges and Anunoby should match up well in theory. But remember, I was like, but how this year looked, that's not that I'm saying. Y'all get on my nerves. But I still don't change my stand. Celtics still gonna beat them dudes.
I said I just don't remember you saying it.
It's crazy because I said the exact same thing. What was that other series? It was another series. I was like, hold on, the Timberwolves series. I was like, literally, like, I think the Lakers gonna win, but hold on, Ray, it's not gonna be easy. This is why the woo, and
Did you say the
nobody
Warriors
listens
gonna
to me,
lose?
huh?
Did you say the Warriors?
Man, them niggas lost. They was supposed to. They damn near lost. They lost 3 games in a row. Hopefully, you can win them 4. Don't lose 4.
They lost 2 in a row.
Oh.
They said they would have lost 3 in a row. They would have lost yesterday.
Oh, they did. Yeah, I'm tripping. But they almost got hawked down from 3-1. But yeah, I did want to start. I wanted to start the show off about. I wanted to recap the game, 2 games, but I did want to wrap up round 1 because we are hoop historians, so we gotta be like, yeah, we said this about round 1, and this would actually happen because we all talk crazy, but. The first question to wrap up round 1: which first round exit team is most likely to bounce back next season? Remember, this is recorded, so anything you say can and will be used against you. Who wants to go first?
I'm excited about seeing what how the Pistons bounce back next season. What they how they I mean it's they gotta they now we see if their young promising star can lead them to the playoffs. But now we get to see next year. Okay, now where do you go from here though? Are y'all satisfied with just okay? Yeah, we got there. I proved some people wrong, or do y'all get even better next year? And also, what happens in the offseason?
But I'm saying who's most likely to bounce back, meaning like
Out
I
of the
get
first
it.
round, I'm saying, well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna break it down from the East and West. For the East, I'm saying Pistons. For the West, it's interesting to see what the Lakers do because LeBron getting older. It's like what are y'all doing for as the future though? Are y'all gonna make some changes to where now it's like okay, Luca is here now. Where he hasn't really said he hasn't said anything about an extension or anything like that. But we know for sure he's gonna be back next year with the Lakers. So are y'all gonna be leaning more towards okay, since we have our future guy, we're putting all our money in on this guy. Are y'all gonna start making some moves to even like okay, this is going to interest him in signing that extension, or do y'all go with the same line y'all had last year and then just try to find a big? If y'all leaning more towards the future, LeBron ain't in that picture.
So
But if y'all just looking for a new center and say we're gonna run it back, that's if they feel like that squad they had this year was good enough, they just didn't have a big to match up against Wolves, then that's that. But if they feel like nah, we need to start leaning more towards the future, LeBron, you play good, but I feel like we got some more opportunities out there. We're gonna go this way. It's gonna be interesting to see.
okay, with Pistons, because you picked the Pistons for the East and for the West for the Lakers, and then I'm gonna get to Chris. The Pistons. I don't. The only thing I'm interested with the Pistons is Cade. That's the only thing I'm interested in. I think Asar probably defensively, but Pistons now. I'm
I
not
like
really.
Duran. And
I
then we
don't know what.
also get to see Jaden Ivey
Huh?
back.
Huh?
I said I like Duran, and then we also get to see Jaden Ivey next year.
Neither one of them is. They are. I don't think they're good enough.
That's what I said. Do we see people come back next year and work on their game and get better? And then also, what's gonna happen in the off season?
No, I'm just saying why they in the East. They not my most excited team. You already know mine is
Out of the teams that got eliminated, who more excited on the East? The
the
Bucks.
Magic. The Magic are more excited.
The
That
Magic
should
had
be
the
the
same
easy
exact
answer.
team next year, last year.
Okay, we'll get to them. We gonna get to them. But yo,
They
the
got to the
West.
same exact spot they got to last year. They actually got out in less
Come
of
on,
games.
no Jalen Suggs. Paolo broke his damn collar,
Bro,
and
it was gonna be
then
the same
Franz
result
broke
when he
his
was there.
goddamn collar. Where they both they shoulders
I feel like
broke.
it was gonna be the same. It was gonna be the same exact result though.
You can't say that because it probably would. They wouldn't have played the damn
So
Celtics.
you would have picked Magic.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't have played the
How you,
Celtics.
who
They
are
would have
you
been
to
like
say
a
they
top
wouldn't
three
get the
seed.
same
The
spot?
Magic was a top three team in the East at the beginning of the year before everybody started getting hurt. They wouldn't
When
have
did
played
Suggs
no
get
damn.
hurt?
They would have played Detroit
When did
or
Suggs get
something like
hurt?
that. Huh?
When did Suggs get hurt? The month before the playoffs, right?
They no, the Magic was too hurt to even be like acting like they would have ended up a 7 seed the whole time. No, we're not
Before
doing that.
Suggs got hurt, was the trio not there?
They wasn't Chris. I'm finna blow a gasket here. Can I hear your teams you most likely excited for or who you think will bounce back next year? And then I'm gonna argue with Ray some more.
I'm gonna pick the
East
two
West.
teams that I thought was gonna move advance to the next round. I'm going with the Pistons in the East, and I'm going with the Rockets in the West.
Okay, so what's your take on the Pistons? Ray said he want to see Ivy and Duran and of course Cade and their development and what
I
they
mean, I still think if we were to get the same matchup and everybody on the Pistons had another year under their belt, they win that series against the Knicks, bro. Like all of those games they won. I think the most they had got beaten by was like 8 points, and we talking about a team that now we like it could they that struggle. I ain't gonna say they struggled, but it wasn't no easy series for them dudes. So we talking about somebody who could potentially should be another top six seed.
what is it about the Pistons? It's y'all beating around the bush. They
What do
have
you mean? What
played
is
at
it about the
nothing else.
Pistons?
They have nothing else really exciting, bro.
But see, this is the thing. You looking at them right now that they just gonna be the same team. We still have none of these. The
Who
only teams that we can
who
say for
has a
sure.
high ceiling? You think Jaden Ivey or Jalen Duran really got a high ceiling like that?
Yes, against other bigs in the East. Yes. And I saw Cade getting very good chemistry with his bigs. I think they need
No,
another. I think they need another scorer. They need somebody else that can put the ball in the hoop because I like what Schroeder brings. I like what Thompson brings. If I could get off Tobias Harris and give me another consistent scorer that can also play just as good as defense, I don't see why I can't look at them as another top 5 seed in the East next year.
so
Because yeah,
you would Ray, you think they got you're more interested in them than the Magic?
I mean, we seen the Magic in the playoffs last year.
No,
You.
this is what I'm having a problem with. This is what
So
sounds
what was the
crazy
question
coming
that
from
you
both of
just
you.
asked?
I said who's most likely to bounce back next season with first round exit team.
Okay, and you keep saying the Magic like we don't already know what they are. We seen what they can be. We already
We
know
don't
what
know what they are.
we seen them healthy
Yeah.
last year.
I'm damn near kind of like the Pistons Magic thing is not even close. The Magic have way more upside than the Pistons. I'm sorry. They just do. The thing was, one team
All the
played Boston,
Magic
one team
last
played
year.
damn
I'm
Knicks.
not count. Only reason why I'm not saying the Magic is because I already know what they are. I'm expecting them to probably be right back where they were at the beginning of the season before they got hurt. I already know what they are. This is the first year that we've seen the Pistons in the playoffs. We already seen the Magic ascending to where they are right now. We understand the injuries, but the Pistons have been there all year, and we finally seen what we can see out of Cade. And with the coach over there, who's a Coach of the Year award, I see him getting better and better.
I get, but no, I understand y'all what y'all saying when it comes to Cade. I'm not there with Duran. I'm not there with them dude. I don't see the talent. I always seen the talent from Franz. I've always seen the talent from Jalen Suggs. The Pistons don't have that talent level outside of Cade. I'm sorry. They had a good year, but they
So you
veterans
don't
that they brought
see.
in was better than that them young dudes. And I don't know
So
if they replicate that next year. I'm not excited for them. I'm excited for Cade, but Pistons might even drop off.
nah, I think I think him and Jaden Ivey they gonna get better chemistry. That's just kind of how I feel with it. I feel like him and Jaden Ivey is gonna mesh a lot better. And again, if they just get them another score that can create their own shot, I think them boys would be just fine.
I guess I did not expect both y'all to say damn Pistons. I actually was like, man, I wish they just retooled completely. I do not believe in Ivy. I do not believe in Duran. I like Ron Holland. I like Thompson, but
Man,
they just had a Cinderella season. Huh?
Magic get a center, I'm not taking him serious.
You said what?
And an actual point guard. Until Magic get a true center and a point guard, I'm not taking him serious. You talking about
Until the Pistons
individually?
get
You talking about individually what Paolo and them are, but until they actually get an actual team around them, they're gonna be first round exits.
okay, so let me ask you: who got a higher upside going into next season? I'm gonna put it like that, and hopefully y'all can re-answer. Pistons or Magic? Who got the higher upside next year?
I think Pistons do.
Chris?
I'm still taking the Pistons.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay.
Hold on, because this is why I say this. Who was you just talking about that was hurt?
Jalen Suggs.
So we talking about Jalen Suggs, who don't nobody ever talk about until he hurt, as being a difference maker in what the series they just had with the Celtics. You think if he there, they win that series?
It would have ended the same exact way.
Exactly.
If they couldn't beat Cleveland with a healthy team, they definitely not about to beat no Boston Celtics.
Okay. That's all I'm saying. It's like I get what you're trying to say and saying what they are, but it's like, come on now, we talking about one dude that ain't there, and now all of a sudden if he's there, he's not gonna be no difference maker. They still lose.
I'm just gonna say this: Pistons haven't won a home playoff game since 2008. I'm just gonna put that out there. But we gonna stand on it. Okay, you said Rockets, white boy.
You talking about the same Pistons team, and all these niggas was in elementary school. I don't give a damn about none of this history.
They didn't win a home playoff game this year. They lost every game at home. They was
when the last time Orlando won a series? How old was Paolo on there?
Shit, man. Elementary school. They ain't won a series since Dwight Howard been there.
Paolo and
Cade made the playoffs since Paolo got there.
So I guess I'm wondering y'all was take Cade over Paolo at this point too, huh?
No.
You're asking about. See, now you're talking about individual players. We're talking about the team.
I'm saying it. Okay, but I'm saying there's nothing about the Pistons that's better than the Magic. Nothing. That's what I'm saying. And y'all haven't told me anything.
All I'm saying is this: you're talking about there's nothing that's interesting about them, but yet they just took a team. They just went 6 games with a team who you said could possibly match up with the team they just got their ass beat by. Is all I'm saying. So let's say it's reversed. Do you think that the Pistons play the Celtics better than what the Magic just did in the first round?
Hell no. The Pistons sweep them. I mean, the Celtics sweep the Pistons. Hell no. and the games wouldn't have been that close. K wouldn't have been able to do none of that shit, man. Sorry.
And what's Orlando doing against the Knicks?
So how was Anobi able to go off?
Knicks would have had the Knicks probably would have won still, but it would probably been 7. Or the Magic could have possibly beat them. But the Magic they only have Paolo and Frowns right now, so
You just saying stuff.
What you say? He said if the roles was reversed, I still think both things happen, but I think the Pistons get swept by the Celtics.
You know what Cat was gonna do to Wendell Carter?
All right, sure. Even though, man, we gotta move on because I wanted to hear Chris's pitch for the Rockets because Ray picked the Lakers. I was leaning towards the Lakers. What's your pitch for the Rockets having a high upside from the West going into next season?
They are one player away. It just depends on what they do in the offseason. They got to go get themselves a legit scorer because that boy Green just got his ass traded out of Houston for that abysmal performance. That boy is gone.
I just don't. I don't see it with Houston. I see it like in terms of they role players, but I don't like they stars.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to get a star this offseason. Like, it's going to happen. Like, you see how close you got, and it's like, don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody ever looked at Seguin as having to be the best player on this team. But I mean, if it is what it is, but I can't move forward with if Jalen Green is doing that against the Warriors. No, I'm sorry. I got to give me somebody else.
But for me to have this feeling, hey, I get what you're saying for sure. But for me to have this feeling like they go bounce back, they would have to get the star first. As it stands now, I ain't got no hope for the damn Rockets.
But I can't.
They can't even beat the damn Warriors.
I can't go after. I'm saying if these teams make the right moves, pretty much is how I make my assumptions. Because we know right now, if these teams stay the same as they are right now, we're going to get the same results as next year. But Houston's not stupid. They have the coach. They got the foundation. They just need to go get that star.
Okay. Let's just say Devin Booker or Kevin Durant or whoever you want to name with the current core of the Rockets minus whoever. You think they will have a higher ceiling than the Lakers and their potential moves?
Yes. If they go get them a bona fide star.
Ray, fight them on it.
If they go get a bona fide star, you talking like a Devin Booker or a KD?
A Devin Booker, KD led team. Not even make the play.
Because Chris think just add a star. It's an automatic. I don't know. I ain't gonna say they should get out the first round.
We just had people sitting here talking about how the Timberwolves wasn't going to do nothing with Ant as the lone star, and he just continues to dog off niggas.
KD and Devin Booker ain't played since.
Well, I'm not saying like
it would have to be one of them though, Chris.
I know what DJ means, but I know what he's trying to do. Like as far as like bona fide score, but I also know what you're saying. Like these niggas couldn't even get to a play-in. But yeah, bro, I feel like they just a piece away. They a piece away. And
but
I'm trying to figure out why what I'm saying is so crazy because we can literally say that the Lakers was a piece away from being able to get past the Timberwolves. Huh?
If they would have had a score, they would have got past the Warriors, but that's about it.
And that's why I was feeling where Ray was coming from with the Lakers because it's like, okay, this is a bare bones version of the Lakers.
But I'm not talking about just the score. Like the Rockets need an actual star that's gonna come over there and do something. I'm not just talking. It can't just be anybody because
that's what I'm saying. Put a star with it, and then we can talk about it. Put a star with it.
Well, shit, I can't just say anybody. I don't really know. I really don't know who available.
You see, so how can you depend on them to bounce back next year? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I'd have to look like it's. I can still say all they need is a piece. Just because I don't have a name right now.
I'm just telling you why we kind of cooking your argument because it's like you can kind of see the scaffolding of what the Lakers could
y'all
be
are trying to
next
get
year.
me to name a player like it's just a free agent. They can make trades. There's 1,000 different ways they can get a piece there. They just need a piece. They need a star. I don't know what's so crazy about what I'm saying.
No,
That's
it's
literally
nothing.
all. That's
Okay,
literally
you
to
don't,
me.
you don't have to name on it, but what type of piece do they need?
They need a bona fide scoring star. I don't need to have a star that needs to be like the best defender on defense the other way. I just need somebody that can score, because clearly if you look at the games, the Rockets need another scorer, which Green was supposed to be, but he was not. He got exposed. But you telling me if he's not replaced with somebody that actually whose job is just to put the ball in the hole, those games are not going to be closer, or at least they get past them, because I don't see any other team outside I don't see any other team as far as like maybe one or two, just as far as maybe the Thunder that is just gonna knock them off. But I'd give them a chance to get against anybody else that's still left.
The only problem I have with that is because I did this with the Bucks last year. I'm like, man, if they just add this, if they just add that, man, that should be sounding.
But hold on, but did they add what you was talking about they needed to add though?
They low key did. You go
What?
get Kuzma. You added more shooting. Remember, I was like, they needed some more guards. We ain't got KPJ, they got Gary Trent. They needed a legit third guy. You went and got Kuzma. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but even if they added,
but the thing about it is, DJ, everything that you said, but nigga, we know Kuzma was fluky.
But it's like everybody could use something, everybody could add something, but it's like, do you really trust it? Or is because it just become what ifs at that point. That's why I was saying the same thing with the Pistons. It becomes a what if. I have more faith in what I've seen from the Magic already, what I've seen from the Lakers already. That's why I put the Lakers over the Rockets, and that's why I put the Magic over the Pistons, because y'all added.
We can literally say the same exact thing about the Lakers, bro. If the Lakers had a center, they literally was, to me, just a piece away from
minor tweaks. The Lakers are minor tweaks.
That was literally their one flaw.
Chris, you asking for a superstar. We asking for a center.
I know, but
that's what I'm
saying is the same thing. I could still say that they're a piece away. Yes, you need a superstar, and yes, you're going to have to make some moves. They got the picks to make the moves. I said the same thing about the Knicks and the Suns last year of what they need, but it's up to them to make sure they make the right moves. And clearly, we see with the Suns, they made the wrong moves. I said this years ago. With all them picks they had, I'm like, they can really do a lot special. They wasted all them picks on KD.
But
and now look where they are.
Because Ray had a question for you, and that's basically where I'm at with it too.
How many superstars are in the league right now?
You said what?
How many superstars are in the league right now?
Oh man.
You see, but you see what I'm saying? That is just, it's a tougher act. I low key cook both y'all, because y'all trying to add a lot to the stuff y'all like, and I get it. Of course,
another superstar. I feel like they just need a co-star towards what's it called beside Cade.
And my only argument against the Pistons versus the Magic is
you're hoping that a healthy Magic is gonna be enough. We already seen a healthy Magic and it wasn't enough. They need pieces too.
Their pieces, they need role player shooting. I think the Pistons need a co-star. I think the Rockets need an actual star. The Lakers just need role player pieces. Role players are easy to come by than stars. Y'all are saying these teams need stars, and that is just, I can't bank on that. That's the only reason why I'm not going with them. Now, if I see the Pistons, they added a Zach LaVine, I'm like, oh, okay, I can see it. If the Rockets do add a Devin Booker or a KD, I can kind of see where y'all will be coming from with these picks. But I was just saying which team, just based off what we've seen and what we know right now, is most likely to bounce back next year. Because you would say, man, if the Brooklyn Nets go get Giannis and then they go get Devin Booker, maybe that's where I feel y'all coming from with y'all's. But
fuck it, send Zion fat ass to the Rockets.
You see what I'm saying? It's all this. Okay, Most impressive series win of the first round. Who had the most impressive win?
T-Wolves.
T-Wolves. Boy said that fast. Just because it was the Lakers. But was it though? I'm trying to think.
I kind of want to go with the Nuggets.
We was almost basically saying Lakers are going to the Western Conference Finals. You were saying it too, DJ. I ain't trying to hear that.
And
I kind of
also
want to go. I kind of want to go Nuggets on this one.
So Nuggets, Timberwolves. Who else?
That ain't crazy to say?
No. Clippers was a good team.
Yeah. So yeah, I go with the Nuggets. Considering that these niggas ain't have no head coach. Nigga just got fired. I think I go. Yeah, that's a hell of an adjustment though. Yeah, I think I have to go with the Nuggets.
But Lakers. I think we probably just overrated the
Jokic, dog. But that's a hell of an adjustment to have to go through a coaching change that close, and then against a team in the Clippers. Like it may have been different if it was like one of these, lower seed teams. Maybe if they was in a scenario where they was getting one of them play-in teams. But man, that's probably what impressed me most. How you can turn around with a assistant coach and still win in 7 games like that.
What'd you say, Ray?
The Nuggets and Clippers was evenly matched.
I know, but I'm just saying strictly because of the Nuggets and that quick coaching change. That's pretty much the only reason why. I know talent-wise, but coaching does have to matter in this scenario.
Did we? Me and Ray picked the Nuggets.
Coach literally a week before the playoffs was about to start. That's a hell of an
Chris, you gotta realize we all picked the Lakers. You switched up early after game 1. I give you that. But we all picked the Lakers. So I see where Ray coming from, but I don't know I think the Lakers just got it more exposed. I think the Lakers got more exposed.
What Randall was doing.
I had picked the Lakers initially because I just thought that the star power of the Lakers was just gonna be a little bit too much. But like I said, after that first game, I'm like, shit.
What you say, Ray?
I don't even think we keep talking about the Lakers got exposed, but we undermining what Randall did. Randall made a statement in that series. That wasn't exposure. That was Randall saying, "Hey, I done heard the criticism in these past couple years. I heard y'all.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Ray. So, do you think the Lakers are better than the Clippers? I'm gonna ask you that.
They're probably the same tier. They would have won 7 probably.
I low-key think the Clippers is clear as the Lakers. You agree, Chris, with me saying that?
Say it again.
The Clippers are better than the Lakers.
I'm saying it because they put up a fight more than the Lakers did against their matchup. That's the only reason you're saying that.
No, I think they were just a more well-balanced team. I think the Lakers was just too top-heavy, and they was clearly missing a big man.
Yeah, you can say the Clippers are a more well-rounded team for sure.
Does that always translate to I'm gonna beat you in a series though?
I'm just trying to figure out who's the better team between the Clippers and the Lakers. Who do y'all think is the better team between those two teams?
Right now, I still would take the Clippers over the Lakers.
Okay, so Chris, you saying the Clippers. Ray, because I'm taking the Clippers too.
I feel like the Lakers are.
Okay, so you genuinely just disagree. So you just genuinely think the Timberwolves beat the better team than the Nuggets. And I can understand where both y'all coming from. I lean more with Chris on this one. I do think the Nuggets, because I think the Nuggets just beat the better team. So I think that was the most impressive win. Because the Lakers had more holes than the Clippers. Kawhi was just as good as anybody on the Lakers, in my opinion. It just has a two-way overall impact on the series.
Go to the second option.
I don't think LeBron was that great, bro. I'm sorry.
LeBron wasn't better than Harden? Are we serious?
He was.
I think LeBron was good, bro. It's just he had to put so much on one side of the ball when it came to like.
You wouldn't have to do that in the Clipper series.
Exactly.
They don't have no Randall on their team. He got a bang with.
Yeah, you got with the Clippers. I think you got more like the perimeter. You got to defend when
But
you talking about.
He would have to play Zubac.
No, I'm talking about.
You think
I'm
Gobert?
talking about with Minnesota. You got more of them that's trying to drive and get to the basket. With the Clippers, I think he wouldn't have been so tired because he would have been
Oh,
more.
they've been settling for middies
You
and
think
stuff.
Gobert wore down LeBron opposed to Randall, DJ?
No, you're right. You're okay, right? I could see Julius Randle was the outlier, and he made the Timberwolves a different team. I agree with you on that. But I'm saying I still think the Clippers are better than the Lakers. I get the Timberwolves are still good too, though. But I'm just saying the most impressive win, the most impressive series win, in my opinion, still would be the Nuggets because I personally believe the Clippers are better than the Lakers. I think the Lakers had top heavy talent with Luka and LeBron, but Reeves didn't look good in this series. LeBron was pretty good, but not when it mattered the most. They didn't have a center. They didn't even play their bench like that. Clippers got a better bench.
Norman Powell was inconsistent. Like,
and they still was better than the Lakers. No, who was better, Norman Powell or Austin Reeves?
Type pass was good.
Norman Powell was still better than Austin Reeves, though, right? And that's the problem. Because if you top heavy and your second guy is good but not great, and your third guy is okay, then everything else favors the Clippers.
Who's to say what but we only can go based off what we seen in the series they went off against. Clippers don't have the defenders that T-Wolves got on the perimeter.
They kind of do. Chris Dunn, Powell, and Kawhi all are pretty good defenders. They're not as good as the Timberwolves, but they pretty good defenders. They matched up pretty all right with the Lakers.
Man, all right.
We can agree to disagree. You pick the Timberwolves. We pick the Nuggets. It's okay.
Nobody on the Nuggets out there struggling on the perimeter.
Jamal Murray had his struggles. He did. Jokic even had some bad games too.
What they got to do with the perimeter?
But I'm saying Jamal Murray had some bad games.
Oh man.
Okay, we do gotta move on. I wanted to build a best starting lineup from the first round, and I wanted to build a worst starting lineup using actual starters. Do y'all want to start with the best or the worst first? I got nominees. Trust me, I got nominees.
Shit, it don't matter.
So, I'm gonna get to. Let's start with the best. So, who do y'all want?
On the best of their positions, or we only doing based off the winning, like the winners?
I mean, if you want to put a loser as your nominee, it's cool.
I was trying to make sure.
Just whoever you felt like was the best performer at each position. You can nominate whoever, and then we can go back and forth. Point guard. Who we thinking about? You know, you got Brunson, you got Curry, Haliburton, Murray.
I'm trying to say Brunson.
Okay, good. Because I was saying Brunson. Chris, who would you have as the best point guard of the playoffs so far that you want part of your first round team?
You said point guard.
Mm-hmm. If you need me to look up stats, I'll look up stats.
Nah. Yeah, I probably have to go Brunson because I was about to say SGA ain't really have to do nothing in that series.
Okay, so we got Brunson as our starting point guard. I think our shooting guard is easy. We all can say Ant, right? We don't have to go crazy with it. Or does anybody got something else?
Nah, I ain't got nobody else for point because for the two.
Okay, so we got Brunson, and we need a small forward. Tatum's on the board.
I was about to say, what was his numbers looking like in that series?
Crazy.
I think he averaged 31, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't watch one game of that series. I didn't watch one game of that series or the Cavs series. I kind of knew how that shit was gonna go.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So right now we got Brunson, Ant, Tatum, Julius Randle. I nominate Julius Randle for the power forward. Does anybody got anything different?
Only because he was on the winning side, but I wouldn't mind just throwing Giannis' name out there. That nigga was carrying.
Ooh, so he hey, I wouldn't be mad at it.
That nigga Giannis was carrying.
Ray, would you beef with Giannis? Now I gotta hear your pitch against Giannis, Ray, because now Christian Connor.
That nigga Giannis was carrying, dog.
Triple-double.
I know he lost, but my nigga Giannis was putting up numbers, man.
50, 50, 90.
You say what now?
If only Randall could shoot free throws, he would have shot 50, 50, 90. That boy was shooting crazy from the field, from the three, and was getting his in the paint.
He was.
But your only argument, Ray, is that Giannis lost. So is that enough to not put him on this team?
How did Giannis lose? What did they lose in?
First round.
No, how many games?
Oh, it was 5, wasn't it? Or 6?
How many games did Minnesota win in?
5.
You can say that Julius Randle won some games for them.
Yeah, facts. Even to get the Rudy Gobert game, Julius Randle had the better second half, fourth quarter.
I'm just like, damn. It's like I'm looking, and it's like my boy with 36 and 12, 34 and 18, 37 and 12, 28 and 15, 30 and 20. He did all he could, man.
But then it ended so bad. That nigga was cuffing the back of Ben Mathurin. That was the Godfather.
When your true second option is hurt, I mean, you gotta step up and do more. So the numbers
30-20 triple-double though, Ray.
That's crazy.
And if I'm not mistaken, some of those games he went crazy like that, they still got blown out.
Okay.
Stat pattern.
Okay, from historical perspective, I'll put Julius Randle. I'm sorry, Chris. It sounds, but I do want to.
No, I was just throwing them out there. I ain't here to argue. I ain't doing no tripping. I'm just like, shit. We see the nigga numbers.
And another argument for Julius Randle, everybody cast him off and expected him to be a bad playoff performer. He outplayed Cat in his first round series versus Cat first round series too. So I'm not overlooking that. And he was shitted on and forgotten about, and he played out his mind. So I'll give the nod to Julius Randle. Just as hoop historians, we go submit his first round legacy. It will for this season.
I'm just glad that he was actually playing like inside the paint and going to the rim. That was always just my only thing with him when he was with the Knicks. Was like, dog, why do you keep trying to jack up all these threes?
Yeah, and tough middies. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So just for historical perspective,
shots that you don't need to shoot, like, bro, get to the rim. Like motherfuckers is always talking about you going to the left, but they don't never stop it, and you just stop doing it. Settling for shots.
Okay. So we'll put Julius Randle at the 4 just because we go nod. And as hoop historians, we gotta remember that this was an upset. They won in 5. It was supposed to be Lakers in 5. It was Timberwolves in 5. Julius Randle had to be a part of that. But Giannis, you did have that 30 20 triple. That's crazy. So we are acknowledging you, Giannis. But man, the way that shit ended, you get into it with niggas' daddies. You cupping the back of people's heads.
Man, that nigga should have knocked his daddy out.
But yeah, so you just get the slight edge to Julius. Okay, center. Is it center easy Jokic, or is there an argument for anybody else?
No. It's got to be Jokic to me.
What's Chet? What Chet do?
Shit.
Jokic averaging triple double. You talking about what does Chet do?
I'm just,
nah, that nigga Chet wasn't doing.
You were the one that was bragging about Chet.
Nah, Chet wasn't doing too much of shit. Not in that last game, but shit, he ain't even.
But I wouldn't just be like, oh yeah.
We'll see.
No, he's not even the center on their team.
Okay.
He went 19-10, 20-11, 24-8. Oh shit, he ain't barely played that last. He didn't really do shit that last game. He was 11-2.
He didn't really have
The
to
first 3 games.
But they got him listed at playing the 4.
Yeah, but
compared to Jokic, some of them was some good games.
No, I just want to throw an honorable mention out there, bro. So we got Brunson at the 1 and at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Randall at the 4, Jokic at the 5. That's our first round all NBA team. Now let's stop playing around. What did we even go call this team? This has been some of the worst starters I've ever seen in the playoffs in the NBA, bro.
The bad news bears.
Bro, the bad news bears, worst starters in the first round of the NBA playoffs in 2025. Some of these dudes is garbage, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta kick it off. Number 1, Corey Joseph is my point guard. One of the worst starting point guards I've ever seen in my life to start a playoff game. This dude had 5 times more fouls in the game than he had points. I'm sorry. I think I might have to share my screen. What's that website I use? StatMuse. Because I want y'all to see it. Because y'all get to thinking I'll be tripping. Corey Joseph. Corey Joseph. 20.
He was a starter?
Yes.
He didn't even start in his prime.
That's what was so egregious to me. That's why I low-key was looking at Jamal Mosley a certain type of way. Because I don't know how you make that decision, even though I like it. But look at this. Corey Joseph, 5 points and 3 assists, 1.8 rebounds in 5 games. The dude, bro.
Damn, that nigga put up a donut one game.
2 games. Game 1 and game 5. 0 for 5 in what's that game? And then in the game 5, you went 0 for 5. This dude was garbage.
Yeah,
man.
if he would have averaged what he did game 2, he probably would have had more of a chance.
Man, so is we cool with Corey Joseph being the point guard of this worst team, bro? This is egregious.
I guess Jalen Green's 130-point game saved him.
What'd you say, Ray?
You a starting point guard and don't get 30 minutes now, 1 game.
Man, because when he got 28, dude, man, this dude is garbage, bro. So,
oh no, hold on a second.
This dude is 42. You said what?
He just wasn't taking shots. I don't know what. It looked like he
shots. He wasn't making shots. That's why he stopped taking them. These games was all right. The middle games, but it's just like, man, if you watch it, bro.
Yeah, that was over 5.
Boy, this Warriors and this Timberwolves series is going to be amazing.
Warriors, Timberwolves. Oh yeah, we finna get to that. Let's wrap this up. Okay.
But Corey Joseph is the only thing that just say Jalen Green for being the number 1 overall pick.
He got this player on here, dark. That dude lighter than man.
I mean, So anybody fighting back on Corey Joseph is point guard?
No.
Okay, Chris,
Unfortunately, no.
is you nominating Jalen Green for the shooting guard?
I mean, if he can go with shooting guard, then hell yeah, put his ass there.
Okay, so he nominating Jalen Green, Ray, because I got Chris Dunn.
You talking about?
No, cause see, Jalen Green was playing bad on offense. That's all he out there for. He wasn't playing no defense. So at least Chris Dunn gonna do at least one of the two. Like,
Boy, this nigga shot 37% from the field.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, this nigga right here. This nigga here. Jalen Green, bro, this is disgusting. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. The boy shot 37 from the field, 30% from 3. I'm giving you an extra 5.5%. Let me look at
Told you that boy was poo cheese.
Nah, that's crazy. That one game did make me not even look into his other stats like that. Chris Dunn. This shit terrible too. But he shot better from 3 than Jalen Green. But that's crazy. And he's known for not being able to shoot. That's crazy. 6 points, 3 rebounds, and he out there for defense, 39% from the field. Most of them is 3, so he shot 36% from 3. Man, so that boy went 1 for 9, 2 for 7, 1 for 4, 2 for 5. He wasn't getting no buckets.
man.
So Chris, you voting for Jalen Green, even though you seen Chris Dunn?
Yep.
Ray.
I'm probably gonna go towards Jalen Green just because we expect more out of him from an offensive perspective.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy.
Especially against the Warriors. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, nah, this is nasty. And he was taking like 12 shots a game. Yeah, nah, this is crazy. Okay, yeah, nah, Jalen Green, the fact that you lost, bro, Jalen Green, this is disgusting. He couldn't beat out Chris Dunn to avoid this team is crazy.
And then I talk crazy to Draymond, and then you come back with a horrible. Like, come on, man. What are we doing here?
Okay, so we got Corey Joseph as the 1, Jalen Green as the 2. Boy, this team will get relegated. Who's our small forward? Let me see. Let me think of some nominees.
Paolo. No, I'm playing.
That's crazy. I low key want to just slide Austin Reeves to the 3. But now Kuzma most definitely has to be here.
Hold on a second now.
I was being funny. But it's Kuzma at the 4 though. Do we put Kuzma?
No, you probably be all right putting that nigga at the 3.
You can say I definitely don't want to miss nobody.
But Kuzma wasn't no starter though, was he?
Yes, he got benched during the playoffs. So
damn, that boy was terrible. 3, good.
So we were looking. Oh my goodness! Look at this. Oh my goodness, Kyle Kuzma, boy.
Hey, that nigga need his ass whooped.
But it's like, damn, we'll nominate him for the 3 and put him at the placeholder for the 4.
Nah, he need his ass whooped, dog. This dude.
Nah, this is crazy.
It was better off just keeping Chris Middleton.
Bro, what?
Facts.
Like, that's real crazy.
6 points, 2 rebounds, 20 minutes a game. That's crazy. 34% from the field. 20. He was worse than Jalen Green.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, this is crazy. So of course, so we got Cal Kuzma. We don't know which wing spot yet, but you had one of these wings, my boy.
Bro, this dude played 22 minutes and gave a donut in every category.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And power forward, I'm trying to think of another dude that was a useless starter. Y'all gonna probably be mad at me, but let me make sure. Because Jaren Jackson Jr. Yep.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is my nomination. Jaren Jackson Jr. He was ass, bro.
But what did he shoot from three?
39 from the 38 from the field, 27% from three. I nominate Jaren Jackson. And you was supposed to be he was an all-star this year. Everybody was saying, oh, he's the best player been on Memphis. That's what Lil Chris was saying. He was the best player on Memphis this season. Now he look what hey.
I'm pretty sure it's somebody that has had a better stat line than this nigga. I know it got. Find somebody from Miami. I know somebody had a worse stat line than him.
You said find somebody from Miami is crazy.
I don't know. Shooting 37 from the field. You 16?
And was an all-star, so this hit they needed you. They didn't have no 4. It was Bam. Bam was the 4.
The same percentage as a shooting guard.
Who was the 4?
Bam, because they started Khalil Ware at center.
I don't even think Bam. No, I doubt Bam played.
He wasn't that bad. See,
Bam wasn't as bad as this.
Yeah, but see, look, 18 and 11, 4 assists, 44 from the field. That's not great. 33% from three. That's not great. But it's like, bro, this is disgusting. Jaren Jackson was disgusting. He was an all-star this year. He's been a defensive player. He was just not good, bro. This was bad. Did y'all even know he was this bad?
I mean, you see how bad he's getting beat?
And you was a part of a game where y'all lost. He had 4 points in the 50-point loss.
Play good and still get blown out.
Right, he had 4 points in the 50-point loss.
You gotta go back a little bit. Put up Desmond Bain numbers.
Nah, Desmond Bain. See, you just such a hater. Anybody I like, you hate on them. Desmond Bain actually played good, bro. You such a hater. Oh. He had that one game. He had that one game.
Right now. 31%.
Oh!
Jalen Green this instant. I apologize.
Nah, Desmond Bain was rebounded though, at least.
As bad as I thought you was.
Damn. Hold on, we might have to revote.
Nah, hell no. He's not
31 and 21%.
He was not as bad as Jalen Green, bro. Jalen Green literally gave you nothing else.
They got the same amount of rebounds. Probably the same. Bain don't be out there passing the ball. They probably got the same amount of assists.
Bain got more everything.
He got 0.4 more assists. Woohoo!
Right, he still has more than everything. If at least I'm gonna be out there being sorry, at least I'm still putting on more shots.
Worse. He shot worse. He shot 6% less.
But who would you still rather have though? Even if they sorry, I still would rather have Bain. At least Bain play defense.
The worst, or who would you rather have?
Who was the worst? I still think Desmond Bain was still better than Jalen Green to me.
No way you shoot that bad and you trying to make an argument.
Both of them niggas was ass.
He at least had
Just DJ trying to reach for something so bad.
If I walk by a garbage truck and I walk by a garbage can, I'm not gonna be like, man, this thing worse than that. I'm just gonna say it stinks.
Desmond Bain, it didn't feel like bro was this fucking bad. That's crazy. It's crazy. So we got Jaren Jackson as the 4. We need a 5 real quick, and then we can debate Green and Bane. Or if y'all
Jackson
want to redo it.
Hayes.
Jackson Hayes just didn't get the minutes, bro.
He wasn't gonna get him anyway.
Nah, he might be the worst in though.
No, he
the worst
probably
center?
Zach Edey still was ass too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Zach Edey been doing what he been doing all year. Nothing.
37%. He supposed to be a potential line threat. Is crazy.
You said what? You said what, Ray?
He's supposed to be a potential line threat, and he's 37%. Like I didn't see Zach Edey.
Bro, I've never seen somebody that big that just lives under the rim do absolutely nothing.
Zach Edey was better.
Yeah, Zach Edey was better. But damn, what can you do in 7 minutes?
I seen him get blocked by SGA so bad. I said, this don't make no sense.
But bro only played 7 minutes, bro. Zach Edey played 27 minutes. That's a hard comparison. Damn, you played 27 minutes and only did... This nigga down there playing 30 minutes a game, giving you 6 points.
Yep.
So y'all want to stick with Jackson Hayes? I'm sure, who else was an ass though? James Harden was not deserving of this list, but I'll look at both of them.
No, I just want to see his numbers.
All right. $19.95, 44 from the. He was just average. 36 from 3. Yeah, he was just average.
Game 1. I thought he was about to go crazy.
Because I was interested in this nigga shit too. It's crazy because he ended up being efficient, but this shit can't fool me. This shit don't fool me. Norman Powell.
They're all terrible.
Brook Lopez needs to go ahead and retire.
Yeah, especially now. Austin Reeves.
I wouldn't mind putting Brook Lopez up there, but he just don't do nothing.
Austin Reeves 41 and 32. Let me see what Brook Lopez did.
That's a random name. He said maybe he should be worst center. Oh my god. I've never seen this many starting bigs shoot under. Like what?
Bro, this
you
shit
thought
is
I was
bad.
playing when I said,
look at this.
Y'all thought I was playing when I said I wanted to do this segment? This needs to be said. These niggas was trash.
I mean, realistically, the first list, this one is like the one where we really got the why the fuck this nigga ain't got no shoes on.
But I told you I wanted to make
I'm watching the halftimes and this nigga Kenny is up here on the board with no fucking shoes.
Have you seen his feet?
Yeah, I'm looking at his goddamn feet right now.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm stuck in a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. His feet is bad. It's just that's why. Can't stay in shoes that long.
Man,
he flooding.
That boy still putting down his beard.
Yes.
That is crazy. That boy ever. You almost 60 years old, bro.
Let it go.
Not already.
But so who we putting at center? You got Jackson Hayes, Brook Lopez, Zach Edey as the nominees.
That boy Brook Lopez shit look nasty.
No, that's crazy. This is crazy, and he was made decent minutes. This was a good because the amount of minutes versus the bad production makes him a perfect candidate.
I'm starting to question why did Milwaukee get rid of Chris Middleton again?
Kyle Kuzma was supposed to be better. younger, so you thought,
He been, I guess, injured a lot. Never
yeah,
was fully recovered back from it. So they was like, yeah, we got to go and just ship him.
and
And they ended
Kuzma's
up
still supposed to be in his prime. Garbage. So who we voting for the center? Who y'all got?
put Lopez up there.
Okay. So for the point guard, we got Corey Joseph. Shooting guard, did y'all want to go Desmond Bain or Jalen Green? This gonna be remembered in time now.
Shit, it really don't matter, bro.
You need a second team.
It really don't matter to me which
Can
one.
they say we needed a second team? I just caught what you said. That was said we need a second team. That's hilarious. But the thing with Jalen Green is you was needed. Your team had a chance to get to the second round. Y'all was a second seed. The
Now the
Grizzlies
thing
was
with
imploding.
Memphis supposed to
But
be better
all
than
them
what
niggas was sorry.
Memphis supposed to be better than what they are. That's the sad part.
I mean, if y'all want to put Desmond Bain up here, we'll have two Grizzlies.
Who the other one?
Jaren Jackson, dude, what?
Oh, y'all did put him at the 4. You right.
He was stinking it up. So what we doing? Y'all need to see the stats again.
Who you voting for, DJ?
Jalen Green. Just because
Who you voting for, Chris?
It's kind of like I want to go Desmond Bain, but it's like I want to go Jalen Green because we expected him to be better.
I didn't really watch that Grizzlies series though, like that.
I didn't either. That's why. But I saw Jalen Green be ass.
I seen how bad Jalen Green was.
Yeah.
the Rockets series was more important, and the Rockets would have been better if Jalen Green was better.
I'll go Jalen Green.
Grizzlies had no chance regardless, even though Desmond Bain was ass. But
I
Jaren
mean,
Jackson
they
was ass
had
too.
that one. I mean,
If they trio all play good, it would have been at least an interesting series. They wouldn't have won, but at least it would have been exciting to see two young teams going at it.
But Desmond Bain wasn't the reason the Grizzlies lost. He was one of the reasons. You could say Jalen Green was the reason. That's all I'm saying.
Let you tell it, Desmond Bain go to a team where he can be a number one option. He shine. That's what you said.
Yeah, I don't think I feel that way no more. Not right now.
The last two times we seen him in the playoffs, he got outplayed by Austin Reeves, and now we see this.
So who you vote for, Ray?
I'm gonna say Green because it ain't gonna be fair for me to say Desmond based off of just stats versus what I actually seen. Even though
And he had more games to be better.
See 31% from the field. You can just know, okay, he was out here stinking it up.
But Jalen Green also had 3 additional games to be bad.
And still shot better. Which is crazy.
You're right. I'm just saying. So we went with Green. So we got Corey Joseph, Jalen Green, Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is crazy. So we got Kyle Kuzma at the 3. I just want to go through these guys' stats. Kyle Kuzma at the 3. This is crazy.
Where am I?
Jaren Jackson at the 4. Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4. What the hell? That shit crashed the damn out. But Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4. Brook Lopez at the 5.
It's terrible. Terrible.
Corey Joseph, Jalen Green, Kyle Kuzma, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Brook Lopez. Worst possible starting lineup for first round NBA playoffs. And yeah. Whew, that was terrible. Okay. So we pretty much hit most of all our topics. We do got second round stuff that we want to talk about. Because white boy, me and Ray, we was talking about earlier the Pacers in Cleveland. So I wanted to get your perspective on this. Are the Pacers role players being underappreciated and Haliburton is being propped up? How do you feel about that dynamic, Chris?
Say that again.
Are the Pacers role players being downplayed and Haliburton being boosted, or how do you see that dynamic?
When you say he been boosted, like what you mean?
Is he getting too much of the credit for what's going on with the Pacers?
I don't think he gets too much credit, but he's definitely who they've pushed into the spotlight. So,
because me and Ray basically was having a disagreement about Nembhard, because I said Nembhard has played just as good in Tyrese Haliburton on quite a few occasions in the playoffs. And I said the role players for the Pacers could potentially be the best role players in the league. And I just feel like Ray is always boosting up Haliburton and downplaying the role players. Like, who is McConnell? Nembhard, of course, he benefits off Haliburton. And I just think that's more disrespectful because I think you can make an argument that the Pacers have the best role players in the league. And I think the Pacers role players are better at being role players than Haliburton is at being a star point guard.
I think that when we look at Haliburton, he's not like he's somebody that could easily average a triple double if he wanted to, but it's not going to be a crazy like 25, 10, and 15 type. Like it's going to be like it'll be like a 17, 18 point and probably like 10, 11, 12 assists, and he'll get close to a triple double with his rebound because he is as tall as he is as a point guard, he don't try to be aggressive with his rebounds the way we see Luka and even Russ at his height when he was averaging triple doubles. So I don't think Tyrese Haliburton is ever going to be the best player scoring wise on the Pacers, but I do feel like you have those games where he can be the best player scoring, but we're not going to get those assists from him when he does it. So I look at him kind of more like in a.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this.
Kind of like when Steve Nash is with the Suns, and he wasn't always the leading scorer, but we knew who kind of kept it together and was making everything flow. And I kind of feel like that's where Haliburton is, and he gets propped up just because look, he's the star player. He's their supermax dude, so he's gonna get pushed, but he has a damn good supporting cast around him. But but there's always gonna be the dude, at least that one dude on every team that's gonna be in the spotlight, especially on a small market team. Like we see it all the time. And it's mainly with these small market teams. Even though that dude that may not be the best player, he might be just the best player for what they trying to do.
I feel that he the face of the Pacers because he went on his media tour. He got the JJ Redick stamp of approval, and he became an all-star.
He got the Supermax. He's been I think he made All NBA. He's been an All-Star. So he's the face, but it's one of them small markets where it's like, it's the Pacers. Like, do we think that he would be getting all this fame and glamour on any other team? I don't think if he's with the Knicks, I don't think if he's right now with the Heat, just based on who they got, he's going to be, the face of that team if he were to go there tomorrow. But again, it works with certain players in smaller markets like the Pacers. He's just one of them dudes. Yeah, he's just one of them dudes where I feel like because he's in case in point, like Ant, he's in a small market with Minnesota. But anywhere he goes, he is going to be front and center on that team. Haliburton is just not one of them type of players.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you like this: do you think Tyrese Haliburton is overrated, underrated, or properly rated? Because he was voted most overrated by his peers. Just throwing it out there.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really see or hear too many people talk about Tyrese Haliburton more than what. That's why I didn't understand the overrated thing. I would just have to see what people are talking about because I don't never. I mean, we talk about his game, but I don't think we put him no higher than where he needs to be.
Okay, so you and Ray see Ray. I think Ray overrates him. You probably sound like you properly rate him. Ray overrates him for sure.
He's where he needs to be. Like he's not. I'm not expecting him to be no killer, but I know he can have his nights. Like he pisses me off. Hell, Nick, I know a lot about these players just because I done betted a lot of money in these dudes, and he's one of them. Like he's just one of them players, bro. Where it's like I know he's gonna at least try to, get me maybe at least 15, 16 and double-digit assists, but he may have a night where he goes off and goes for 25, 30. Some nights he might just be chilling. It just depends on how I don't know. He's a very weird player to gauge.
So I agree with it. So okay, I'm gonna ask this. Do you think he's better than what Ja Morant was when Ja Morant was ascending and first getting the Grizzlies into the playoffs? Is he a better player than that? Like what level is Tyrese Haliburton to y'all? Because like you said, he's weirdly rated, and it's just like, bro, I think bro cool. But then come on, man.
I just think he's good in the situation that he's in. If I were to ask him to be my leading scorer on my team every night, I wouldn't win. I would not win if I needed him to be my leading scorer. That's why it's kind of hard to compare him and Ja, just because with Tyrese Haliburton, I could win a game with him giving me a 16, 17-point double-double on points and assists and maybe going to give me about 5 or 6 rebounds. With Ja, and I'm talking about in the playoff series. In the playoffs, I have to have, like, if Ja's not going to be my leading scorer, there's really nothing else that he can do for me because he's a liability on the other side of the ball. But if you asking me for what they do, I'll take Ja Morant scoring over what Tyrese Haliburton does every day of the week because I know Ja Morant is going to score.
Ray, do you agree? Would you take Haliburton over Morant? I mean, would you take Morant over Haliburton?
First, I'm gonna say that y'all been capping a lot on this segment.
Explain. Where was the cap at?
How can I be a star point guard, an all-star point guard, whatever you want to call him? Get to Eastern Conference Finals, come back this year. Y'all said he was overrated.
I didn't say that.
Y'all thought he was so overrated that y'all picked the Bucks to beat him without Dame.
Who?
Y'all was so confident that the Bucks.
Me and Chris.
Oh, I was about to say I didn't pick them.
They supporting cast wasn't good enough for y'all to pick him then.
I picked the Pacers.
He proved y'all wrong.
He talking about me and Chris.
He proved you wrong. And you sat here and said Pacers got the best supporting cast in the league. Y'all, it's not one series he done played in since he got to the Pacers that y'all gave him any type of credit.
The Knicks series.
No, you didn't. I had to point that out. You watched the series live and still didn't give him credit. You said McConnell just as good as him in that same series.
But see, Chris, you see where the disconnect is. McConnell was just as good as him in a lot of them games. So was Nembhard.
I averaged 22 and 11 in a series, and you saying a guy that averaged 10 points a game is on my level? That's disrespect.
Bro, when Game 7 rolled around, if it wasn't for Nembhard stepping up, and he's done this multiple times, either Nembhard or TJ McConnell, and Chris, you could back me up on this if I'm telling the truth, or you can call me out if I'm lying. In a lot of these playoff games for the last 2 years, even this Buck series this season, McConnell and Nembhard have been there to bail Haliburton out when he was having bad
You
games.
talk
And you
about
say
one game like that's the whole series.
they consistently done it in every series. Chris, am I lying? Have not every series for the Pacers. Nembhard and McConnell have always stepped up, and that's not a normal thing for role players to
Now,
always
when
step
you
up.
saying step up, are you saying that they like stepped up in like big time moments?
No.
Yes, and when Haliburton has dropped the ball, the role in the backcourt have had better games
on
than
the
him.
bench in the fourth quarter, so he can't be out there doing that. Every big time moment you speaking on, Haliburton was there doing something.
So when we just brought up the game yesterday against the Cavaliers, and Nembhard hit back-to-back threes in the fourth quarter. One was a step back that he created. The other one was off a Haliburton dime.
You keep talking about those two shots. Like Haliburton have a clutch defensive play where he blocked. What's it called? Who shot that? Was that he blocked?
So you bringing up a block versus back-to-back threes.
He hit a step back three that was clutch.
Mm-hmm.
He hit a clutch layup.
Mm-hmm.
And you keep talking about.
I've never heard you say any. Chris, have you ever heard him say when Nembhard McConnell has saved the Pacers? Has he ever said anything?
I think I'm just kind of like I said, I'm not doing too much tripping because again, I don't look for Tyrese Haliburton to be the best scorer every night. That's why I'm like when I asked you about the bailing out part,
that mindset like I'm about to be out here and be leading.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he does it on certain nights. But
if he didn't have consistent role players, he wouldn't be able to not score.
No, hold on. So I'm saying, are you talking about that Naismith and McConnell like help him in like key moments of the game, or are you talking about the ball is in their hands like in clutch situations?
This is the perfect example.
Okay.
In the third quarter yesterday against the Cleveland Cavaliers, when Donovan Mitchell was going the fuck off in that third quarter, Naismith was also going off in that third quarter. Every time with the Pacers,
how did they lose 11-point lead if he was going off?
Naismith, bro, right now, let's not do this.
Nembhard was in the game. Nembhard was in the game when they came back on that. When Cavs
I said Naismith. When Naismith went off in that third quarter. When Donovan Mitchell was going off and Naismith was going back and forth with him, but until Naismith got into foul trouble.
What happened when Haliburton went to that bench in the third quarter?
Right, see, oh my God. Okay.
Exactly.
Naismith was on the bench too. Naismith was killing in that third quarter, not Haliburton. Don't do that. Don't play with me. I got receipts. This is what I'm talking about. You only bring up Haliburton when Haliburton has the best role players in the league. Chris just said. Chris, what did you just say about Haliburton?
I watched the game from front to back. I need to see the receipts, not line them up.
Okay, hold on. Chris, what you just said about Haliburton? He don't have to do what?
I don't need him to be the best scorer. I don't need to be my leading scorer.
So why does this Pacers team work?
So why did only one player outscore him by 1 point yesterday?
Right, no, this sounds like some crazy shit.
Why
you're not acknowledging what Chris said. You ain't said not one word to what Chris said.
Why did Indiana need every single point that Haliburton scored yesterday if they don't need him?
No, I'm not saying they don't need the points he puts up, right? Like saying that would be crazy. But we there are games where I'm like I said, I judge Haliburton where he is. I don't think he doesn't need to be the number one scorer on his team every night. He has games where he can do that, but we see on games where he does it, we may not see him have the same assist numbers because he's more focused on scoring. He might just have his night. But like I said, for the most part,
I'm gonna ask you this question. Who was the MVP of game one?
In that Cavaliers series?
Yeah.
The game one.
I mean, you just want to say game one.
Me personally, see, I thought
you don't even want to say it. You don't even want to say it. That's how much you be hating on him. You don't even want to say it. It's obvious.
See, you won't even let me get it out because you gonna try to make me sound crazy. I thought Aaron Naismith, Andrew Nembhard, and Tyrese Haliburton was all the three most important players for the Pacers.
This dude ain't never gonna give the Haliburton. Chris, I want you to notice a pattern here. You ain't never heard him say anything positive without him adding other people to uplift what
Because
if
the
he
Pacers are a team effort. Christian sat here and told you that Haliburton doesn't have to score. He doesn't have to score on the Pacers because it's always a Pacer role player that you don't never bring up that's stepping up every single game.
This is what's crazy.
Whether it's Siakam, whether it's Neesmith, whether it's Nembhard, the Pacers have damn near the best role players in the league, and you only talk about Haliburton.
That sounds good. Jalen Brunson had a spectacular game to close out against Detroit. Guess who also had a crazy game? Mikal Bridges. But guess what DJ said? He never mentioned anything about Bridges. He just said Brunson went off. He never said he didn't have no help to help him along the way in that game. He said Brunson did everything. He didn't bring up nobody else in that game. He just brought up Brunson. This is what I'm talking about. You only bring
so
up
I didn't say Bridges finally showed up to work.
No, you didn't. You didn't say nothing until I brought up what Bridges did. Then you said, I mean, it's about time he did something. What? What type of response is that?
He is, dude.
Like I said, I look at Tyrese Haliburton the same way I look at Steve Nash.
Love as you show if Haliburton wasn't on this team, you wouldn't even care for these guys. You didn't care about Haliburton, so you said, man, Fox way better than Haliburton. I said, I mean, yeah, he better, but Haliburton nice too. Like I said, they was on the same level. All I said was Haliburton is nice too. And since that day, you had nothing good to say about Haliburton. When Haliburton and Fox was on the same team, you said, man, they got to trade one of these guys because both of these guys are starting point guards. I said something good about Haliburton, and all of a sudden, what you just said 5 seconds before went out the window. Now he overrated. He this, he that.
We gonna just have to agree to disagree, but what Chris said is the part that you just never addressed. Haliburton and his role players are splitting Pacers success 50-50. That's what
I look at him the same way I look at the Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash. Nash wasn't always the best player, but we knew who was, the one that was running the ship as far as like being the facilitator.
He wasn't the best scorer. He was always their best player though.
Yeah, that's what. But I'm just saying, like as far as the scoring aspect of it, that's how I kind of compare Haliburton to Steve Nash. I don't need him to always be my leading scorer, but shit, hey, just Steve Nash was giving them double doubles and points and assists.
Point guard.
I'll give you that. Haliburton could be a lesser Steve. Huh? What?
Haliburton had a masterclass game as a point guard, and you talking about a role player had the same exact game as him. The fact that don't even sound crazy to you. That's the crazy part. Like we just talking basketball right now, not about who you hate and who you like. The fact that you think a masterclass game from a star point guard and a role player getting 23 points on the same level as each other is crazy. I got 22 points and 12 or 13 assists, and you over there catching and shooting all game, and then you gonna sit here and say we had an equal game. No, we didn't. How I got my buckets and how I found you buckets is different.
Right. Chris, are you seeing how he's not acknowledging what I'm saying? He's just talking about Nembhard. I'm saying as a collective, the role players of the Indiana Pacers is 50-50 between.
You think his only assist was to Nembhard?
Right, no, I'm saying as a collective of their role players, regardless of who it's gonna be. The role players.
Jokic knees gonna be tired.
You comparing their whole list of role players to one guy.
Okay.
Because you don't do that for nobody else.
Right now, you acting like Ty Jerome wasn't on that other side, being like, man, I bet they showed which that was Nembhard. I bet they showed which Sam Merrill was Neesmith. I'm saying you don't get everybody's role not that good. We can move. We gotta move on.
I bet Ty Jerome thought he's about to have a field day with Haliburton because they say he a liability on defense and he was out there getting his stuff swatted after getting involved.
This nigga talking about Haliburton defense on Ty Jerome. It's time to move on.
I ain't trying to hear that. Ty Jerome was going off. Now all of a sudden, since he's not going off no more, it don't matter no more.
Okay, quick predictions before we wrap it up. So Pacers and Cavaliers series, who we rocking with, and how many games? We're gonna do these rapid.
Pacers and 6.
Ray Pacers in 6. White boy.
I still think I'm gonna go ahead and take. I think I'm gonna take Cleveland in 7. I didn't think they was gonna. I didn't think they was gonna take one in Cleveland, but shit, they got one on the road, so
No Darius Garland too. But
exactly. So, but I feel like I mean, we saw Donovan still get his 30. I just think if he get one more person to come along for the ride, if Darius Garland ain't there, I think that'd be all right. But
okay.
I
Because we
still
talked about
take
this too.
Cleveland.
Taj Brown taking more shots than DeAndre Hunter was crazy. But I got Cavs in 6 still. I just think they can build a team. We'll know more with Darius Garland in this bet.
Exactly.
Now you believe in Darius Garland. Okay.
Oh my god.
You're the fakest fan I ever
Oh
seen.
my god, I'm not a fan of him. I'm just saying so I can't say I want to see the team fully healthy. Just because I don't think Darius Garland is that great. He's still 20 goddamn points a game, bro. God damn. Okay. Knicks versus Celtics. We just see that the Knicks pulled it off. They 1-0 versus the Celtics. We all I'm trying to see where we at with that series and how many games. You said who?
Celtics in 6.
Chris.
I feel like the Celtics gonna win it in 6, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't rooting for the Knicks to beat their ass.
That's funny. I got my heart saying Knicks because I like Brunson, but I just don't see how they beat Boston 3 more times. I say Boston in 7. That's just where I'm at with it. If Boston lose to them, they go get broke up. But okay.
That's kind of why I want them to lose. I want them to blow that shit up.
Let's send Jaylen Brown to Atlanta. I ain't ready to give up on Trey. He never had a co-star.
Yeah.
Thunder Nuggets. I don't even know what's going on in this game. But where are we at with this series?
Oh man.
Stop being nice. Thunder.
No, it's not even that. It's just because I'm really was somebody that was rooting for Denver, but I got to go Thunder probably like 5 or 6, bro. I don't think Jokic gonna be able to carry these dudes past them.
It's 76-64 right now. Jokic got 22 and 16.
And it was closer than that, but it's like I'm worried about it. I'm not worried about Jokic. I'm worried about everybody else.
But and then everybody else can get clamped because OKC got one of the best defenses of all time. So I got OKC in 5.
And then it's like I see when Jokic get off the floor just to take a breather.
Oh yeah, it's over.
They getting killed. Like the second unit is I think what the biggest difference is in this game. Because I seen OKC second unit against Denver and OKC was just having their way.
Yeah. And Michael Porter Jr. from what I'm seeing, I'm gonna have to go back and watch the game, but 1 for 8, 0 for 3 from 3.
And I was just about to say, if Michael Porter Jr. is gonna be giving me them type of stat lines, I don't see it happening. Because right now, it's the third quarter, Jamal Murray, he's on pace, he's got 14. Like, bro, MPJ should not be, there should not be a game where MPJ should only have me 2 points in 21 minutes.
Nah, fact. Especially when you out there to shoot and score.
Exactly.
Ray, what you predict for this game, Ray?
Okay.
For this series, OKC in 5. So I said OKC in 5. Ray said OKC in 5. Chris, who you said?
I said OKC. I said it's 6 though.
In 6. Okay. I just this is a simple series to me. Denver, like you said, just don't got the horses, bro.
But Jada gonna have to find a groove though.
Not really.
For real.
They can beat Denver and they sleep. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about if they plan on making a final.
Oh yeah. Nah, that's for sure.
Bro, yeah. See, look at this shit. Addis Caruso got 10 10 points and 4 assists with the second unit.
Now, he been getting a lot of steals and fast break points.
Caruso been clamping up on defense too. That nigga swatted the shit. He swatted the hell out of one of Jamal Murray's shots earlier.
5 players in double digits for the Thunder versus 3 for the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. This is probably the funnest series, I think. Timberwolves versus Warriors. I'm gonna just go say it. Timberwolves go sweep these dudes, man.
Oh,
Well, they might win one. I'm gonna say Timberwolves.
I was gonna say Wolves in 5.
I'm gonna say 5. Ray.
You say what?
Timberwolves Warriors. Me and Chris said Timberwolves in 5.
Yeah, I agree. If Warriors push to 6, I'd be surprised.
Would y'all agree that
they played against Rockets? Yeah, they might get swept.
I was thinking sweet, but then I was like, man, Curry could just have a crazy game, and then the Wolves could just have a brickathon. So I worked one game in there.
The Nuggets trying to make a little comeback.
And about to do the exact same thing he's doing against the Lakers.
No, it's gonna be way worse. Warriors ain't got no perimeter defense. Bro.
No perimeter defense and no size in the paint. It's finna be even worse.
He's gonna try to play Kuminga.
Julius Randle might be the best player in this series, dog.
They gonna try to throw what they can at him, but
no, that's not gonna work. Would you go throw Draymond on boy?
They gonna try to mix up Gary Payton and they possibly gonna play Kuminga more just because he got some athleticism.
Gary Payton too little, and they broke Kuminga, bro.
Yeah, Kuminga's done.
They broke him. Like literally, Steve Kerr. Like Chris, you talk shit about Steve Kerr all the time. I'm right there with you, especially with the developing young talent. I take it further. Steve Kerr, outside, if he did implement this Curry shit to play on just like kind of how they played him at Davidson, man, he'd be one of the worst coaches of all time. But that's his saving grace, the system that he runs. But
man,
the way he broke Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga was having a good year. You literally told the dude by the end of the season he ain't shit. He wasn't playing him. It's crazy.
We've seen him get one player that we thought was going to be the next one in Jordan Poole, and you couldn't control your vet and Draymond enough to keep it from punching him in the goddamn nose. Because you savor your vets so much that they can get away with murder.
Yeah, but to let Draymond Green ego get this crazy is wild. He just be standing there.
Don't get me wrong. I understand that Draymond is a pivotal point of everything they do, but you really we gotta stop letting everybody think just because they got chips, they like that. Like, yes, Draymond has a high basketball IQ, great defender, all that, but everybody want to try to talk about what he did when he was in college. That nigga was never brought into the league to do that. He's never gonna be that guy on nobody's team. He's just gonna be a defender and a damn good facilitator for Steph for what they do over there.
And people act like he had leverage. How many teams could he really do this with?
But it's like, nigga, you talking like you out here playing like you Scottie Pippen out here. The way that you talking, that's how Scottie needs to be talking, nigga. You can't talk like that.
Hall of Famer because of situation. Situational Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
But yeah. So damn, we all agree that Warriors have no chance. It's crazy. I did not expect y'all to be with me on this.
It just comes to a point where, like, I understand they got Steph, but like I told you, like, it's only gonna be so much carrying he can do, and it's like this small ball shit that they try to run, so it's only gonna last so long. Like, you're not gonna be able to get away with that if you got Randall and Gobert playing the way that they do, and your 4 and your 5 and Draymond and whoever you have out there, or even shit. Sometimes you got Draymond at the 5. You're not gonna be able to hold that down.
I agree.
I feel like this year that the Timberwolves still have the size to probably. I think it just took them a little longer to click because Randall was still hurt at the beginning of the season, but I think them boys have found something. I know, and I was one of them. I was like, I don't know what they're gonna do without the offensive cap, but that boy Randall done showed us something.
I agree.
Like,
Oh, can we agree that the East playoffs is better right now than the West? Because Cavs, Pacers, Celtics, Knicks, I think those are better series than Thunder, Nuggets, and Warriors, Timberwolves. Am I crazy to say that?
I feel like this Thunder Nugget series can be good. It's just gonna take so much from Denver to make it good.
Chris, you so nice to the Nuggets, bro. You too nice to them. These dudes have no
Well,
chance.
no, cause like that, bro. It's like they up and down, bro. Cause like they down, it's like they trying to make a comeback, but it's like inevitably, it's like you just kind of know that you just don't feel like they can sustain it. You know what I'm saying?
For some you just like how y'all was feeling about the Thunder and the Grizzly series, the Cavs Heat. I feel this way about Thunder's Nuggets. Nuggets and Clippers was gonna be good, but it's like I knew that, but I'm looking at this. I'm like, man, Thunder should just watch these dudes. They should just watch them. I think the Nuggets have no chance in hell, bro. From this point forward, I'm just glad Jokic got out the first round.
Right.
And it's just like, you be like, okay, best player in the world. You would hope he could figure something out. But this team just not good enough, bro. They just not good enough. Ray, what you think gonna be the best series? And he went AFK on.
Probably
But
gonna be the Knicks Boston.
Knicks in Boston over Pacers Cavs.
I mean, yeah, it's more star power in the Knicks and Boston series.
That ain't got nothing to do with the better series. Which one's more 50-50 series? I get the Knicks won game one, but the Pacers also won game one. I think
Russ, I don't need you to shoot another goddamn three.
I think Pacers and Cleveland gonna be the most sleeper series, but I think the best series is gonna be Knicks and Boston.
who's most likely to go
Now
seven?
we seen Boston actually get punched in the mouth. Now we get to see how they react to it.
Who
Boston
most
gonna do
likely to
it
go
at
to
the end of
seven
the day.
games?
Boston is the defending champ, so
I think Boston. This was just I ain't gonna say a
And see,
hiccup.
bro,
But
this is what I'm talking about. These niggas are just dead to the water. Now they down by 6. Like
okay,
they make
we can kind of get off here so we can finish this game. But uh, I just said I just think the Pacers and the Cavaliers more 50-50 series. I thought coming in. The Knicks just won a game.
yeah, boy. That
You
boy
said what?
Russell just made a three.
Uh-oh.
Like
That
Russell,
nigga Russ hit
hey,
that one though.
Russell
Chris, you
balling.
think Chris, you think the Nuggets? I said the Nuggets. You think the Knicks and Celtics series is gonna be better than the Pacers Cavs?
Damn, that's tough. The Knicks, Celtics, Pacers, Cavs. I feel like just because of the story, probably, yeah.
Okay, let's rank the four remaining matchups. So basically, y'all saying Knicks and Celtics. Second, we saying Pacers Cavs, right?
Yeah,
Third, Nuggets Thunder.
yeah. It's like anything other than that
Wait,
Timberwolves.
which is the worst one?
Timberwolves Warriors. Timberwolves
Timberwolves
Warriors.
Warriors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we all got this on tape. So did anybody got anything else? We pretty much hit everything.
So you said Warriors Wolves. You said Nuggets Thunder at 3. And who at 2?
Pacers, Cavs,
Yeah, I can see that.
and then Boston and the Knicks, number one. Yeah, that's cool. The West series is gonna be ass. These gonna be my least watched series. I'm damn near gonna watch them, but it's gonna be like the East series. Mm-hmm. Even though I think the Knicks game was a fluke. Y'all gonna say what y'all want, but
I said that they was up. Ain't no way you up 20 points, Boston. Come on now. There's no reason. No reason losing that game. But now, one thing
you know what
about
I'm
it,
saying?
I believe they can win. That changed the whole landscape.
Bro, this nigga Jason Tatum took 15 threes and Derek White took 16. Jaylen Brown took 10. That's too much. That's too much, bro.
That's enough for a team to shoot.
They went 10 for 41 from three, bro. Those three guys. 10 for 41.
And
That's
Tatum
not too
made
many
what,
threes.
6 of them?
You said what?
What? Tatum made what, 4 of them?
Yep. Derek White made 5. 10 for 41 is crazy.
What out of 10? You don't
10
think
for
he shot
41.
that many threes? That's crazy.
That's too many threes, bro. You ain't finna win consistently shooting that many threes.
That ain't even Jaylen Brown. I don't know what Jaylen Brown was doing yesterday. I mean today. He don't even usually. He usually try to drive.
He been doing
He
it
up
all
in
year
the
though.
mid range and driving. Then he kind of started shooting more from the outside.
Right, he been playing like that all year. I've been telling y'all Jaylen Brown been kind of. This
Let
ain't
that
been my
final
favorite year from
MVP,
him.
that boy didn't let that final MVP go to his head.
No, facts. This has not been one of my
Take them
favorite years
shots
from him.
down.
Yeah. And it ain't nobody say nothing.
Nope.
So, and y'all know he one of them niggas anyway. And they would be one. He go end up being one of the NBA players, the only NBA players to do a TED talk. Watch.
Ah.
But anybody got anything else? We covered everything.
Shit, man. No. Other than I'm just kind of speculating who San Antonio gonna bring in as their next coach.
Oh, they did. They did. So Pop stepped down, bro. And he say he wasn't trying to deal with Wemby. That nigga Wemby won't bring in no W's, man.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
he can't get around that good no more.
Yeah. And I bet Wemby was bringing in some W's. Pop would have found a little bit. He found
No,
something to do.
I ain't never seen
Been
no
pushing
coach.
around one of them Stephen Hawkins chairs.
I ain't never seen.
Oh, damn.
To get that 6 ring, he chasing 6. How many Pop got? 5?
He got 5 of them, dog. Shit.
Yeah, he got.
Yeah, nigga, boy, he would have been Stephen Hawkins for number 6, boy.
He ain't got nothing to prove. He got championship rings. He got Olympic gold medal rings. He ain't got nothing else to prove. He got the most wins of all time from a coach.
Yeah, it's easy to not have nothing to prove when your team can't get in the damn play in.
He had to prove before, like, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, nigga, if he was coaching OKC, I bet he would have found a way to that sideline, man. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, man.
That's all I'm saying.
One of his sides is like partially paralyzed.
Oh, see, I ain't know that. My bad.
So he did a press conference today, and they
I
had to
take back
help
my
him.
Stephen
Like,
Hawking.
he could take one side of his jacket off, but the other side he had to help him.
Bro, Chris, chill, bro.
I thought you seen his press conference today.
Oh, my nigga ain't shit, dog. My nigga.
I can't stand the Spurs, bro. I can't stand Wemby, bro.
Well, I know. We know.
I don't like people getting. It's okay. I don't like people getting underappreciated, and I don't like people getting overly appreciated, just based off what I
So
feel.
you hate him or you hate his fans? Because his fans only the fans can overrate you. He don't come out and say nothing.
I don't like the way he plays either. He shoots too many damn threes. I don't like how he plays.
Lead in with that thing. You start leading in with what the fans say.
Okay. I don't like the way he approached the game. I do think he has a high ceiling, but I just think he settles for too many threes. And he's scrawny.
You know what? This is the first honest assessment I think I've heard you make of him.
Yeah.
Chris would be proud.
Bro, and Chris would have been talking about role players.
Because I done heard you kill that nigga Wemby so much, and I'd be like, dog, We like, man, Wemby, and that nigga like, nah. But every time you do, like, you already know what come up. That nigga bring up Palo. Palo should have got gassed up more. It's like, look,
because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna end it on this, and then we get out of here. But the thing about Wemby is they made him the clear cut next up. When we all are seeing now that there's so many young guys that you can't just automatically do that. He got to earn. He ain't even made play in. You look at Anthony Edwards. You got to put him at number 1 right now. And
well,
then
you just lately, I will say this: you've kind of seen people do that with a lot more big men lately. Like, we don't really see people really evaluate some of these other players the way that they properly should. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I hear what you're saying, but realistically, they've been gassing up these nigga. They did it with Chet. They did it with Wemby. They've gassed up all of these big in these recent years. They've gassed up all of these big men.
But that's what I'm saying.
And then it's like, nigga, even look at the league. Who are two or the 3 best players that we talk about in the league every year when they're healthy? Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid. This is just the era of where the big man is, put on a pedestal, when clearly there are people, there are like players like Paolo who you try to tell us about. I mean, shit, we can even put Zion up there, who was, he was scouted correctly. The nigga just can't stay healthy, and
I kick Zion at that. I don't trust him. The talent, the skill and stuff is there, but I don't trust him.
He can't be trusted. But when you're talking about just how he was scouted and as far as what he can do, there was nobody wrong. He just didn't care about it enough himself to, keep himself in there.
Okay, I'm gonna say this with the Wemby situation, because they saying he gonna eventually be the best player in the league, right?
Which is a possibility.
Which is a possibility. But is it a guarantee that he is going to be better than Ant, Paolo, and Cade?
Oh damn.
Can we pencil that in?
They's gonna be better than Ant, Paolo, and Cade.
Like, is it automatic?
We gotta see the right. We gotta see him on a team that is.
But do we really? This nigga got Dennis Schroeder and Tobias Harris. Like, these teams, bro. We see Franz Wagner and these teams ain't got a lot. Even Anthony Edwards, his team is pretty good. These niggas ain't got a lot either, bro.
Okay, now so everybody you named off got playoff experience. Name the players on Spurs that had playoff experience.
No, I get what you're saying.
Harrison Barnes, Chris
Paul. Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Come on, man. Chris Paul.
No, nobody say the Pistons was gonna be anything, bro. The Pistons didn't have greater expectations than the Spurs. Ray, we not doing that.
But no, I will say this though. And just like in response to that, I do think that with the Wemby situation, like, okay, so compared to Cade, just look at the journey that he's been through, and DJ, you can attest to this. This nigga he's had to go through some coaches, and had to go through one of the coaches that you absolutely hate, in Monty Williams. We finally see him get a decent coach, and we see what he can do. Sometimes these players just need the right coach to put them in the right position. He was able to get even as bad as you try to talk about Cade supporting Cass, he still was able to get a top 6 seed in the playoffs. No matter what you want to say about what these other teams were going through, hey, Milwaukee was hurt during the season. Everybody was hurt. He still got them to a top 6 seed. I think with Wemby, I've been saying this since before Wemby even got traded there. I felt like it had been time for Pop to go. I felt like that Wemby needed a newer coach with different ideas. I just think that Pop is just part of that, how you like to say, that old guard of coaches. He just needs to go. The front office is the best place for him to be. The best place for him to be. I think that the De'Aaron Fox thing was a great thing for him, because now everything is not put on his shoulders, because De'Aaron Fox can definitely do his own thing. That was a great replacement to go ahead and get Chris Paul old ass up out of there. Thank you for your services. Go ahead and retire, because you're not going to get no more money off of these books. And hopefully they can go get some more. I mean, shit, they already got the Rookie of the Year over there. So hopefully a healthy De'Aaron Fox, a healthy Wemby, and a new coach that can actually get these boys to play the way they need to play, hopefully we're gonna see that continuation and growth out of him in year 3.
Okay, so let's do this. Because I understand and I heard all that. And I do, you got to give him a chance, coaching situation, new stars coming in later in the season, him getting the blood clots. I get it. Year 3, there's not gonna be no excuses. I'm not gonna hear. I don't want to hear shit from y'all because y'all done criticize the pop situation, the not having no point guard situation, the overall supporting cast availability. There's not gonna be none of that. There's not gonna be none of that next year. So I'm gonna give them next year and see what happens. But if they either gotta be a top 6 seed to play in, but it's just ridiculous, man. I'm kind of done hearing it because Paolo in year 2 he was in the playoffs. K year 3 he was in the playoffs.
But Paolo was in a better
And year 2 was
situation.
in the playoffs. Huh?
Paolo got put in a better situation.
No, he didn't.
How?
Them niggas was ass. What you mean how?
Both of the teams they went to were ass, but I'm talking about when you look at the players that were at least already there, the coach
They
that he
suck.
had, and the moves that they made after their first year, who was put in a better situation?
They didn't make no moves. You just added a nigga that was ready.
Who?
Paolo. Because Franz was there. Cole Anthony was there. Wendell Carter was there. Jalen Suggs was there. They didn't look like shit until they got around something that glittered.
Okay, but even when he got there his first year, he didn't make it to the playoffs.
Paolo, I get that.
That's what I'm saying. Like you act like it was
he was an all-star year too.
Success.
But Paolo was more NBA ready and more ready to lead a team to the playoffs than Wemby. That's all. That's true. He might not have a higher ceiling than Wemby, quote unquote, but he was more NBA ready. That's not debatable. So he could carry a team that was a little bit lesser further than Wemby was capable of. Because they situations they came into was comparable. I think damn right. Didn't we have like a 15-minute debate on this before?
Yep.
So yeah. But yeah. We go see. I'm not anti-Wemby. I'm anti-over like saying people were saying this nigga could be the greatest player of all time. He's not guaranteed to be the best player of his generation.
And I don't listen to those people.
But now I'm saying, but I just gotta make sure I say it loud. I just gotta make sure I say it.
Okay.
I mean, come on now. It's players we can look back in history and in a couple of their first seasons, yeah, from an individual standpoint, they was putting up numbers, but they wasn't seeing team success. So to say
that's the difference. Like, and I'm not trying to compare it to like, bro,
team success yet. Michael Jordan didn't have team success from the jump. We want to really talk about like all-time greats that had team success from the jump. It's a small few.
Right. Everybody don't get to walk into a situation like Magic Johnson.
I love what he can do, but he is not on an all-time trajectory yet. And is not on an all-time trajectory yet. None of these guys I'm looking at right now, I'm saying these are gonna be all-time great. They can become that, but right now they're not on that trajectory. So you can't just say, "Oh well, I gotta count Wemby out too because he's not on this level." They had more chances to prove themselves so far. Don't act like Spurs wasn't making a little push before he had that little incident with.
Hell no, they was sorry as hell when they added De'Aaron Fox. They
was close to a play-in. I'm talking about before Fox got there. They was making a play-in push. Getting Fox there, it looked good at first, but then Wemby ended up going down. Fox went down not too long ago, if not before.
Yeah, he went down after, but we gotta see it though. Y'all working in too many excuses for Wemby when you supposed to be the they said he's the all-time the greatest prospect. I just wasn't ready for him to shoot in. Anthony Edwards, K, Paolo, they are all separated by like 2 years. They gonna be in the league all at the same time the whole time.
In real life, a year is not a long time from each other. If I was born in '94, you was born in '95. That's not a long time. But in the NBA, a whole year matters. I got a whole year of playing against the best players in the world over you. A whole year. That matters.
But I'm saying when Wemby is fucking 28 and the average gonna be what 29, 30. I'm saying he's gonna have to see these dudes his whole career.
How many years in the league you played over me?
But I'm saying when Wemby's gonna be competing for these so-called MVPs, so is Cade, Paolo, and Ant.
Yeah.
So I'm saying everybody was acting like it just was a shoe-in that Wemby was finna be the greatest player of his generation. Shoe-in for him to be an all-time great. Shoe-in for him. I'm saying, man, he might not even be the best player from his age group. That's all I'm saying. And now we starting to see that. Y'all just sat up here and told me, man, hey, them Pistons, hey man, Anthony Edwards, that was the most impressive season. These niggas is all
Nigga, you asked about a
old.
team that made it to the playoffs. That nigga Wemby sitting at the house watching like you and me.
But no, I'm saying the niggas in his age range, they already doing some shit. I get what you're saying, Ray. They have more little opportunity, but hey,
this plays first rodeo. You ain't about to act like he's just been doing this since he came in the league. You ain't about to act like he came in the league. No, we're not about to act like that. They had they bumps and bruises too. They did not just jump first step in the door. Oh yeah, I'm in the playoffs first year. No, second year. No, they wasn't. Paolo is the only guy that can say in my first 2 years I made it to the playoffs one of those times.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we not going to guarantee that. I'm not ready to put y'all ready to put Wemby over them dudes. If I would have asked this question a year ago, y'all would have said y'all was gonna put Wemby over them dudes.
I never said I'm not putting Wemby over nobody.
Y'all being fake. When Wemby was getting his hype, y'all was drinking the Kool-Aid too. Y'all was fighting. Y'all was fighting me when I said y'all can't even say he's better than Paolo.
Oh yeah, you right. The first time I seen Paolo play in college, I said, "This dude nice. He gonna be good in the league."
People were calling me crazy when I said not to just put
I'm the one who
Wemby
sent you the graphic of the numbers he was putting up his rookie year. We ain't seen nothing like that since what's it called? KD and LeBron.
But no, okay, when this clip, we're gonna make this a clip. We're gonna make these last few minutes a clip. When I say, so rank them four right now, just based on right there going into next season. Ant, Cade, Paolo, Wemby. Put them in order from best to worst going into next season.
So he gonna be last.
So no, let me hear y'all four because I want to see I'm gonna clip this.
I'm saying Ant, Paolo, Cade, and then Wemby. I think Wemby is a better individual talent than Cade, but far as he still got stuff to prove that Cade got to the playoffs as the number one guy and had a pretty solid first round.
You know, people gonna think we crazy for saying this type of stuff. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to fight against.
From an individual standpoint, I wouldn't put Wemby last, but he'd still be behind Ant and what's his name? And Paolo for sure.
Okay. Cause I'm same as you, but I'm just saying people go call us crazy, and I think that's what I'm fighting against. Because you got to show and prove to me, because it's gonna be other guys. But we can wrap this up, man. This has been another episode of the Hooping Storms. I'm Diddy Noseball. That's Ray, White Boy Chris. Yeah, we out. Okay, that was good. I like how we ended it.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.